The Champions League returns this midweek, and with Manchester City current champions, all roads will lead to Wembley in 2024, where a new champion will be crowned. Anyways, this episode is solely dedicated to previewing all the groups as we would talk about some of the biggest matches of the midweek as well. My name is Ayomide Sotubo, and this is the Nutmeg on Guardian TV. And joining me is Habib, who makes his debut to the show. And Habib, good to have you here. But first, let me ask you, what club do you support?
Yeah, generally, I know a football fan. Let me just put it that way. Yeah, I don't really have a club in particular I'm supporting. But if you ask me, the club that I have a little bit of love for, I think I'm going to go for maybe Liverpool. Yeah, most especially. Or AC Milan.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to make you as a football purist, but with those two clubs you mentioned, that's not going to be the subject of the matter. But anyways, talking about subjects, we have to preview the groups. And Group A, we have Bayern Munich, Manchester United, Copenhagen, and Galatasaray in that group. Tough group, especially considering the heavyweights at the top.
Yes, especially the Group A. To be honest with you, is actually breathtaking. Was controlled. Bayern Munich, the champions of the Bundesliga. Manchester United also in there. Copenhagen, the Danish champions, and also Galatasaray. That's the Turkish giants there in Turkey. So I think that group generally is actually a huge group, and I believe that Manchester United, with the current form that they are at the moment, this season. Well, it's going to be a tough one, but I just feel that the spirit can actually come into them and go all the way to qualify the spirit of the Champions League. I mean, right? Yes. But, so for me, I think it will be between Galatasaray and Manchester United, but I will sticking out to Manchester United.
Let's move to Group B. Arsenal make a return to the Champions League for the first time since 2017. And their group on paper, Sevilla looks easy with PSV and Lens also in action there.
Yeah, of course, it looks easy. Yeah, on paper, for Arsenal, looking at the fact that their current form, all the way from last season, now they continue where they left off, and they are playing against PSV in the first game, and last season they played against PSV in the Europa League group stage also. Let's not forget that, with PSV winning one, Arsenal also winning one. So this time around, I think something of sorts can actually occur.
But is this sort of scenario where you picture Sevilla drop into the Europa League again to go and win it again in May?
Well, anything can happen, because that's Sevilla for you. They will try as much as possible to.
You can't underrate PSV.
Well, I can't really say they purposely. Maybe they are doing that on purpose, but it's just how it is. And whenever they drop into the Europa League, you always give them the chance to go all the way.
Anyway, let's move to Group C now. We have Napoli, there's Real Madrid, there's Braga, there's Union Berlin. Real Madrid obviously having a good shout. You can't put it past them to get out of the group, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yes, of course. But looking at the first game against Union Berlin, if I'm not wrong, and they are also facing off against Victor Osimhen's Napoli side. Yeah. With Braga also, that's the Portuguese side. So I think it's actually a relatively easy group for Real Madrid.
Okay, if you say so, no problem. We're going to see how it goes down. Right there. Let's move to Group F. There's Paris Saint-Germain. Obviously, this is the group of theirs on paper. It could change much later during the campaign, but there's Paris Saint-Germain, there's Borussia Dortmund, there's Milan, and there's a first appearance for Newcastle for the first time in 20 years.
Yeah, that's actually, as a club, you can't be praying for this kind of group.
Fans at St. James's Park want to see these kind of games on their pitch.
Actually, they want to see the UEFA Champions League back at the St. James's Park, but not with this, huge amount of huge fixtures. You are playing against PSG, you are playing against Dortmund,
and also with the start they've had in the Premier League, they only won 5-1, and then they went on 3 games a losing streak before they defeated Brentford. So it's not looking good for them. But I know this is going to be probably the most difficult assignment for you on this show. Who do you think makes it out of the group?
Well, at Newcastle United, I think I don't see them making this into the next round of the UEFA Champions League. But I feel AC Milan can actually do something, although they lost heavily against Inter Milan in the Derby della Madonnina, that's the Italian derby there. So I think I'll fancy AC Milan. And PSG Dortmund, to be honest with you, PSG haven't really been it this season. So I think I'll still go for PSG and AC Milan.
All right. Let's go. That's pretty much easy. Maybe the most difficult assignment, like I said. It's Milan versus Newcastle. I'm just going to take your score prediction as we wrap things up. Milan versus Newcastle. Milan in San Siro, and Newcastle traveling. And I'm not used to travels like this. Paris Saint-Germain facing Dortmund. Big game. Every game in the group that contains PSG and Dortmund they are important games. No question about that. And then there's Lazio versus Atletico on Tuesday.
Yeah, for me, AC Milan and Newcastle, I will actually give it to AC Milan here. No disrespect to Newcastle United, but this is their first appearances, and they're actually traveling away.
Yeah,
so all the way to San Siro there. So, and I think AC Milan, they are European royalties.
Yeah, and they have a point to prove after losing 5-1.
Exactly, and you can't take that off them. So with the attacking talent that they have in their mix currently with Pulisic, Rafael Leao, Olivier Giroud and the likes, I think they have enough to go.
How about Paris Saint-Germain and Dortmund though?
Yes, the last time they met was actually way back in 2020. Yeah, Haaland and the likes. Yes, exactly. So, and we know how that pans out. I think PSG actually, go through the next round. So this time around, I think PSG really also, they haven't really been impressive, I must say to you. And Dortmund also have been really having a roller coaster season since the beginning of the season. So for me, I think it's going to be a score draw, maybe a 2-2 draw.
Okay, I'll take your word for it for now. So let's move to Wednesday fixtures. We have Bayern Munich versus Manchester United, and then Arsenal will make a return against the PSV Eindhoven.
Well, Manchester United, another bad news. I think it's going to be, let me just say, I don't see Manchester United winning, and
especially at Allianz Arena.
Exactly, and if they lose the game against Bayern Munich, I think the pressure will start coming in, on Eric Ten Hag, calling him,
All right, final match of our pick, it is Arsenal versus PSV. Everything looks good for the Gunners.
Yes, at the moment. Everything also looks good for PSV at the moment because they've won all their games in the Eredivisie. So for me, I think Arsenal will take this one for me,
All right, that's our show. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see all of the action in midweek, and we're here to also talk about the next round of fixtures as well. And you can also follow all the content right here on Guardian TV. You can follow the page at the channel, and also you can tap the notification bells to have access to all our latest content. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming, Habib.
Thanks for having me.
And see you in the next episode.